What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. We are diving into the fun world of AI here with this Sunday live stream on my channel. We actually went over Dolly 3 last week. If y'all haven't seen that, it is available and now is freaking absolutely amazing and incredible. Highly suggest you go back and check that out again. As we just did it. But guys, once again, this world of AI is just continuing to advance further, faster, and better. And so, with the image generation sites that we discussed last time, such as Dolly 3 and Leonardo.ai, and these different apps that you can actually use to create, we want to also be able to enhance the image so that way it just comes out looking that much better should anyone ever open it on any device. And that way it actually ends up looking pretty darn good. So, if y'all were tracking us last week, we actually dove into the fun world of AI where you can actually, again, use Bing Chat to actually get started with all of your creations. So, Bing Chat is something that is allowing on Dolly 3, but you can also end up doing this as well, which let me actually end up going through over here. Cool. So you can actually come back over here as well and actually use the Bing image creator. Now, I have found that you get 100 boosts right from the jump. It does not add to any boost if you actually do it through the Bing chat. So if you're actually wanting to use the images there as well, you can create it. So let's just say something, create an image, or how about an image of, here we go, an image of Sonic with Mario and SpongeBob hanging out. Let's just see what happens with that. So we're going to create that one real fast and see what we can get going. Because I want to say that as we actually went through and got created with some of these items as well, they actually started to progress and block some of the items from being said. So we got some fun images here. Again, we got Sonic, Mario, several different versions of Mario holding a toothbrush, it seems like, and other images of SpongeBob just all inflated like a little starfish or pufferfish. Um, so fun stuff there. But either way, you can see these creations that it created. This one I actually really quite like. And what's really fun about this stuff is even with this image, you can actually go through and create certain things. So we're going to use this image when we actually discuss today's topic as well. So we can really see and make this a little bit better overall. So that way everyone can actually see exactly what we're referring to when we talk about enhancing images. So it's fun to be able to create some of these items. In fact, it's actually quite enjoyable being able to create several of these items as well, because you can use items like Dolly, Midjourney, there's Leonardo.ai, PlaygroundAI.com, many different sites that are out there. And what we're going to talk about today in this video is actually how to go about enhancing that same exact picture so that way you can feel comfortable posting it on any social medias or using it for any items such as a background photo on your phone and not end up as pixelated as you end up seeing. Now, you see the thumbnail when we first got created. The thumbnail is done on purpose, exactly like that. The thumbnail is to kind of prove that whole purpose that this whole topic right here kind of ends up being a little bit blurry. And we're going to, again, use this image just so that way we can also test out what the differences are. So let me actually kind of show you real fast as well. Here we go. We got here we go. 1 second. Let me see how it works if I go and do this. All right, so we're going to go through and do this a little differently. So the reason why I was pulling that up is because, again, I wanted to kind of showcase what it would look like to actually use the exact image of what we actually start with. So again, this is a brief example of what we're actually going to be using and starting with on this one. So you can see as we actually end up getting in and zoom in on some of these items, things start getting very pixelated. If you ever start zooming in more, it just turns out to a whole bunch of pixels during this time. And again, the further that you actually advance it and enhance it, the worse it gets. And what we're going to talk about is how to get rid of some of those items and effects that you actually are dealing with on some of these photos. So the very first website, I've showed this briefly in the past, but it's iloveimg.com. Now, this website has so many different tools that are all AI, and it's a online photo editor here and forever free. So, stated by them from the creators of iloveimg.com, you can actually come in here and do things like upscaling images, removing backgrounds, resizing images, converting them, even editing the photos and generating some memes. So what we're going to do is first upscale this particular image that we just got done downloading from Dolly 3, or that we just got done creating. So you can see at this point in time, it's going to go ahead and enhance it. And oops, let me actually zoom in on this one here. So it's going to go ahead and enhance it 2 times. So you're going to see kind of a difference of what it looks like. And we're going to enhance it 1 step further as well. So you can see, again, some of the blurriness starts going away. You can kind of tell when you actually end up looking real close. And I can't get too detailed here. I'll zoom in on a second. But you can actually see it starts getting a little bit blurry. Just look at the little white dots or even the stars. How about that? The stars start looking a little bit crisper on that one. So that's just a 2x version. We can actually go ahead and upscale up to 4x. And then this is just the initial way that y'all can really benefit from some of these items that are on here. There's another website that really just does a phenomenal job and kind of cleans all this up and allows you the ability to have it as a vector image as well. So you can now see the difference. This is a 4x image enhance. And again, if we were to zoom in, let me just upscale this real quick and I'll show you the difference between the two as well. So when I click upscale, it automatically starts the download. I don't have to worry about clicking download upscaled images. It will automatically start a download. So that's going right now as we speak. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick, to the beautiful people. Hello, Gloria. How are you? Hello. Yes. Made it by this week. You sure did. Absolutely. I appreciate you swinging through, having fun discussing some of the AI topics as well. And guys, I really do find this to be very beneficial for anyone who is wanting to create any content or anything out there for that matter. It just actually gives you the ability to do things just a little bit better and enhance it just a little bit more as well. So let me kind of go back over here and show the whole screen so that way y'all can also see the differences between the two. So on the left, we actually have the original one that was not enhanced. On the right, we do have the one that is enhanced. Now from here, it doesn't look like anything is too crazy, but again, as we start zooming in on some of this, we'll say Sonic's ears and eye on this one. So you can really start seeing things start getting nice and pixelated. Whereas over here on this version, things actually continue to stay crisp the entire time. So you can just tell the difference between these two images. Again, that's just upscaling it to make it that much better for free using AI. So I wanted to share this because, again, folks, that is absolutely incredible. Now, that's just the first website that we're talking about. There's 3 other websites that we're going to look at, or 2 other websites that we're going to look at. The second one being vectorizer.ai. This website will make any picture that you have and turn it into a vector image or an SVG. So that way you can actually go through certain items and pick and choose certain items of the image as well. So if you actually want to enhance or make it better or change, you can do all of that. So we're going to take that exact same image. However, we're going to go with the non-upscaled image to begin with. So the original image that we first had, and I'm going to upload it into here. Now, what it's doing right now is it's making this into a vector, meaning it's going to enhance every single edge possible. So that way, no matter what, as we zoom in, there is no difference. This is a forever and zoom that you can actually get, and you can see it starts getting crisp and clean. Even with the zoom being this much in, you can still see all the lines looking nice and sharp, whereas this is on the original side of what it looked like over here on this particular one, all pixelated. So again, I can zoom in just scrolling the bar up and down using the little scroll wheel on the mouse, and I can choose what style I want to download. Now, if you want to just have this as a PNG, by all means, go ahead and just do it as a PNG. It'll be no issue there. If you actually want to make items and adjustments to these, maybe do different layers, you're going to want the SVG, and it'll actually download the entire SVG files. So that way, should you ever use a website called photop.com, this is another free website. It's basically Photoshop, but for free online. So I can take now that SVG image and upload it into Photop. Now, right here, it took the original image and it made every single item into a layer on here, meaning that if I wanted to, I could actually come in here and get rid of this exact dot if I didn't want it to be there, or I can get rid of this exact color if I didn't want it to be there. Now, again, you can go through and make some of these adjustments yourself, but what this allows me to do is truly edit this image as much as I want. And you can see as we actually go through here, I can truly change whatever I want in here. Maybe I don't want his eye to be right there. Maybe I want him to have different colors, or maybe I want certain items in different places. I can change all of that through this app right here. So again, you take the original image and you turn it into an SVG, making it the ability to actually change the vector graphic on here. So I can literally edit any piece out of here that I possibly want. So I think that's always important to actually see. You have iloveimage.com, you have vectorizer.ai. Now, these are, again, items to help improve your enhancement on your photos, folks. The last one that we're going to briefly discuss on it is, well, I guess we have two, is going to be Adobe Firefly. I talked about this in one of my first AI streams as well. So Adobe Firefly has so many different options for you to just go through and change a whole bunch of topics, whether it be text to vector. And again, this is exactly kind of saying the exact same thing, where if you want to remove certain images or enhance certain images or change certain items, we can actually do all that through here. And then Canva is going to be the last one. Canva has actually just recently had a big old overhaul to Canva. To those of y'all who have the pro membership in Canva, you will be able to get access to these features. So you will see Meet Magic Studio, where you get all the power of AI all in one place. Magic Studio brings together the best AI power tools for you and your team right inside of Canva. And you can see even just playing this, because I know that song's going to be copyrighted here, kind of what the difference is that you can actually end up making with some of these items that you can get going. So you can come in here, just say generate an onboarding plan for Val, and it'll actually come through different photos. It'll make a whole different presentation. That's just one of the items you can do. It has a full-on magic design, so you can actually make a full video actually. So it'll actually do all of this for you, edit for you, everything between it all. And again, guys, this is all through AI. So I have this because, man, my goodness, the things that you can actually get done with your AI creation in here is absolutely game changer, folks. Again, just to break down a couple of items here, you have Magic Write, which allows you to do certain topics, Magic Switch, Animate, Magic Morph, and Text to Image. You have the exact same thing, Magic Grab, Magic Edit, and Magic Expand. So I've actually been testing out Magic Expand. It's actually quite enjoyable because I like seeing what the results are that it decides to come up with. So let's just say, for example, if I had, let's actually open up a brand new photo in here. So let's just kind of go and delete some of these other items. Here we go. And file. Yeah, let me just see if I can just upload that same SpongeBob image. I'm going to use the picture version that was upscaled just because why not? It's already been upscaled on this one. I can go ahead and, I can add it onto the scene, edit photo, and then you'll see this whole Magic Studio section in here where I actually can now click Magic Expand, and it says, do you want to take up the whole page? And of course, in this situation, I want to say yes. So what it's doing right now is it's going to go through and kind of fill some of that gap and the difference between them as well. So if you have a photo generated on DALL-E 3, it can only generate 1024 by 1024. You can still upscale and all that good stuff, but it's still a square image. And so if you actually use certain items like Canva on this one, you can actually go through here and it'll give you different variations. They tried to make this into a movie, which I actually find pretty funny. They tried putting like Disney and all that good stuff on here. I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to say in terms of the name. You can see they generate some crazy images overall on this as well. But if I like this one being done, even with the background, for example, I can still click done on this one, or I can click generate new results. I can still edit it down as well if I don't necessarily like that first initial topic on there. And then I can still expand it to take up the entire space if I actually want to go through and do that as well. So completely up to you. I find that's very useful to know kind of how to get some of this done. and change some of these items. And again, kind of forgive the fact that that's all there, because again, I don't have this locked. It's kind of trying to walk me through the whole step to generate this. But yeah, I can go through here and edit all of this as well and get rid of all this. So fun tools that's happening in the AI world, folks. I wanted to share some of those items because I know when you have the image generation, it just looks so much better after it's been upscaled. And really, the I Love Image upscale does a phenomenal job. You can do, I think, up to 10 photos at a time. And it just does it for free, folks. So massive shout out to I Love Image or I Love IMG.com. If you like using the vectorizer.ai tool, I was able to actually clean up our Pulse Nation logo very nicely because of the whole concept of how it all worked, and actually made it look very crisp, because before it was blurry. It had the little after effect of it behind it, and overall it just kind of did a crazy job. And now, whenever I actually have the Pulse Nation logo, for example, I can actually zoom in on the Pulse Nation logo, and you can see you don't have any of that crazy noise that you once had. And I did this using vectorizer.ai after upscaling the image and just overall making some edits, changing out a couple of items on here, and you can see that it just made it so much better. If you want to see a kind of before look as well, I don't know if it's going to be in the earlier stages in here. Let me see if I can find one of my earlier pictures of the Pulse Nation logo. There's one. So here you go. So this is the Pulse Nation logo again. Let me zoom out some. So here we go, kind of compare and contrast, so y'all can also see the difference in what this looks like when it's actually expanded. So even right now, I can already tell how freaking blurry everything looks on this Pulse Nation logo. And so if I just zoom in a little bit more on either of these two, I know it's kind of obvious which one looks better, right? And again, this is just zoomed in, not even that crazy, but you can just see which one looks better. This one's super blurry. All of these are super crisp and simple and concise and precise. And so this is definitely the route I would go. Same for the Pulse Nation logo up here. You got the fuzziness, everything was all blurred. So again, you can use this to your own benefit, whether it be social media posts, especially for the people who are promoting Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X. It's always fun to get those social medias out there, but let's make them look absolutely incredible. Question: where is it that you go to find the latest update sites for AI? I use actually a couple of different websites. Futuretools.io would probably be my main one that I would say, and Futurepedia.io are my two. So again, I'll pull them up real fast just so that way you can kind of see. So Future Tools, exactly like it sounds, FUTURETOOLS.io, and it has all of the different areas that you can possibly imagine broken down into different categories, whether it be through paid, open source, collab, free, or even a freemium. This is made by Matt Wolf. So Matt has his own picks for certain websites that he truly loves as well. And so if you actually like some of this stuff, you can see aggregators, gaming, inspiration, prompt guides, text to video. If you want to see video editing, any of this stuff is all done through here. Image improvement is where you can get some of this stuff. So if I get rid of, say, the avatar and generative art and just leave image improvement for free, you actually have several different websites that are out there that allow you to do some of this stuff. Now you can see I have to refresh this particular page because it didn't get the image enhancement. But if I enhancement, yeah, you can see, okay, cool, it was actually it. So photo editor AI would probably be where I would choose, because again, it is a free one here. You can see if just by going through and visiting this particular website, you can actually get a whole bunch of stuff. So let's just take a quick little example. You can see what it's doing right here, erasing certain items and objects from photos. So once again, let's just kind of pull up, let's pull up, what photo do I want to pull up right now? All right, let's just pull up this one. Sure. So because I can go in here, I can actually go through and change some stuff in here. Let's just see how I can make it work. Oh, this doesn't really have enough. So let's just say I want to get rid of the hexagons on the bottom and hexagons on the top. Let's just see what it tries to clean up as. I'm always curious. to see what AI tries to do on some of this stuff. But anyways, to answer the question, future tools.io. Okay, so it did try. Again, sometimes it doesn't always come out the best. So I haven't tried that one in the past or anything yet at this point in time. The other one that I use is futurepedia.io. Kind of the same situation where you can go through here, you can discover certain items, which is a random roll. You can actually go and see tools added today if you're actually wanting to know what was just recently added, news today. You can see trending tools. You can see all of this stuff over on futurepedia.io as well. So those are the two websites that I would say I get some information from. And then other than that, it's just finding them myself. I just discover them through the journey that is. I think I got the iloveimg.com on a random scavenger hunt through looking for image enhancement photo opportunities, because I used to use upscale.media and then they limited it to where you could only do 2 photos a day upscaled. And I think I do more than that. So I found other websites. These are free to use. It looks like iloveimg.com is going to be free forever, which is just incredible. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question. How you doing, Cookie de Chocolate? How you doing, my friends? Hope everyone as always is having a fantastic day. But those are probably going to be the main ones that I would say. In terms of the images, I would say again, I would also use clipdrop.co. I forgot to mention one last one. I knew I'd forgotten one of them here, but let me go back in here and actually share the last one here with you as well. So clipdrop is by stability.ai, and they allow several different things. Of course, object removals, upscale images. You can see uncropped photos. You can actually reimagine certain areas of different designs, remove backgrounds, clean up images. This is where you can actually see quite a bit of stuff done. Again, image scaler enhancer as well. This one does a 2x limit for enhancing. You can go and redo it as many times as you would like. So let's just use one of the most recent ones that we created with the SpongeBob patch. And again, I can go and do this as a free content user. I can use the 2x version to upscale, and I can add up to 10 photos at a time. You can see, okay, so this one's saying I have a 4x upscale, or I have the downscale and continue. So if I do end up downscaling and continuing on that one, it may end up making it a little bit blurry. So it's something to test out. But I like clipdrop.co. Again, another free app to use to actually enhance these items and make the photos just look that much easier, that much better. So you can see like this one really didn't do too much. It was already an enhanced photo. So I guess I didn't necessarily choose the best to showcase how this one could look, being that it was already enhanced. But again, you can kind of see it did a great job. If I want to change some stuff in here, reimagine some stuff, uncrop some stuff, replace the background. So let's use uncrop on this one and just see kind of how this could play out once again. Go back in here and yeah, change the size of what I wanted to try to go and do and see if it'll fill in maybe some of the extra gaps. Now, these again are all free to use, folks. So the clipdrop.co is the website that we're working on right now. I'm not subscribed, so I can skip the queue if I was to be that way. It looks like they added a whole bunch of other random freaking things in here as well. So it tries to fill in some of the image, obviously coming from this game character wise to anything else could be a little bit more difficult, but you can always try to change it just so that way if like your building's the background, it'll actually fill in the buildings, which could do a pretty good job as well. In fact, I can actually probably change this if I go back once again and show you a building photo that could actually probably work out a little better. So let me go in here and let's just see how it fills in some of these buildings right now. Again, this is the photo that was created by Dolly 3. So I have that nice little 1024 by 1024, but it's a 1-to-1 ratio. And so I like using landscape ratio. And so you can see some of the items that it actually filled in over here. I can actually go through and use. You can see how it kind of goes through and fills and guesses what should end up being in that situation in that area. Fantastic device. Fantastic to see. Fantastic to use, folks. Again, that's clipdrop.co. Again, clipdrop.co for that particular one. And you can do a whole bunch of stuff on this website, folks, all for free. So if you like to remove certain text from certain objects, you can do so on this. You can actually relight certain items of pictures if you're actually wanting to change stuff up. You can clean up and remove a whole bunch of stuff, folks. It's just incredible. AI has come so far, and this is just the beginning of what we're seeing. But I think for anyone who's using AI, I think they could really get some benefits to how to actually upscale some of the images to make them better looking, more crisp, and just overall a better experience for the overall end user who's making these creations. But I hope y'all found this helpful for some of these items that we discussed in the video. This is this week's video for AI. Much love to everyone. Again, I do a weekly stream on Sundays for AI. All the other times I am talking about crypto, Hex, Pulse Chain, and PulseX, primarily focusing on the Richard Heart ecosystem. So guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful weekend, and a wonderful time. Much love to every single one of y'all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.